welcome back to another episode of Giovanna's Interviews. Our guest today for the 6th episode of Giovanna's Interviews, he is the voice of Nappa in Dragon Ball Z. He is the voice of Leonardo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation. He is the voice of Big Ears from the hit PBS Kids show Make Way for Noddy. He is the voice of Starscream in Transformers Armada, Transformers Energon, and Transformers Cybertron. He is the voice of Bulk Biceps in My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic, and he is the voice of Pythor in Lego Ninjago's Masters of Spinjitzu. My guest today is Michael Dobson. Well, Giovanna and Michael, take it away. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Giovanna's Interviews. I'm your host, Giovanna. With me today, I got a very special guest joining me. You may know him as the voice of Nappa from Dragon Ball Z's Ocean Cast. You may know him as the voice of Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation. You may know him as the voice of Big Ears from the hit PBS Kids show Make Way for Noddy. You may know him as the voice of Starscream from the Unicron trilogy of Transformers Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. You may know him as the voice of Bulk Biceps from My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic and My Little Pony Equestria Girls. And you may know him as the voice of Pythor from Lego Ninjago's Masters of Spinjitzu and Ninjago. Please welcome my guest. Please welcome Michael Dobson. Michael, welcome. How are you?
Giovanna, thank you for having me on your
show. You're welcome. And of course, since we are representing Starscream, we're both wearing our Starscream shirts.
Yes, we are.
Yay!
We're linked to the psychic hotline today. We knew what shirts to wear, so
yeah, of course. Well, Michael, of course, I know who you are, but do people know who you are? Could you please introduce yourself and talk a little bit about yourself?
Oh, talk about me for a sec?
Yeah, just talk a little bit about yourself and yeah.
Okay, sure. I started way back when I was 16 in theater, and I did theater for several years, and that was out east in Toronto. I belonged to a theater company called New Generation Players. I was in my teens, and we did several shows at the Lester B. Pearson Memorial Theater in Bramalea, Ontario.
Wow.
And then I moved to Victoria on Vancouver Island. And then I joined another theater company called the Corner Store Theater Company, and we did several shows at the Belfry. And then during about that time, film and television started to brew on the Lower Mainland, and they actually were shooting a film in Victoria, it was called Glitter Dome, and I just got on as an extra. And then from the lineup of the extras, right before we going to shoot a scene, the director comes running over to me and goes, "Hey, have you got any acting experience?" I was like, "Well, actually." And so anyway, they gave me a few speaking lines in the movie, and I played a director within the film. Like it was like we were shooting like a TV series in the film. Anyway, it was fun. I loved it a lot. Moved to Vancouver because that's where everything was happening in film and TV. And then I worked on everything from X-Files to 7 Days to Viper to Hawkeye, like all the stuff that was shooting here in Vancouver. And I guest started on a lot of different shows. And then I met through film and TV, everybody will know this name, Scott McNeil.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And Scotty was in a play. I went to see that play several times because he was just so amazing and incredibly awesome in it. And like he is in everything, but it was Scotty and I became really good friends. And then he was like, "Hey man, have you ever thought about doing any voiceover work?" And I had when I was in Victoria, but I had no idea really like the scope of voiceover, like how many different facets there was to that just one specific skill set. And I was voicing a bunch of radio commercials for like 3 different stations in Victoria. And I was also doing like comedy sketches and things like that for one of the stations, for a station called CJVI. And I had no idea what it paid or anything. They would give me like $50 or $100, and I'd do like 3 or 4 commercials. I thought, woohoo! I made all this money, not knowing that what you could actually make in the biz.
Yeah.
But anyway, through Scotty, I ended up meeting Sue Blue, who was doing a workshop in Vancouver, and I took her workshop, and then I think it was about a month later. She was auditioning for G.I. Joe Extreme in Vancouver. And when I walked in, she went, "I remember you." I auditioned, and I ended up getting the role of Sergeant Savage. And then in around about that same couple of weeks, I ended up auditioning for the voice of Leonardo in Mutant Ninja Turtles for the next mutation, and
Yep.
I scored that. And then I said goodbye to my five jobs that I had at the time. I was working as a bartender and a limo driver and a security guy, like anyway, a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And just well, you got to pay the bills still, right?
True, true, true.
You can pay for your acting classes and all the other things that you're doing, right? So
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
So it was in around about that time. Just went. I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm just going to say I'm an actor from here on. And I was really fortunate. I never looked back. So in the beginning, I was doing voiceover and on-camera stuff, and then I met the lovely lady who ended up being my wife. We started a
Yeah.
family, and I realized probably being on set for anywhere between 12 to 16 hours a day probably wasn't the best.
Oh no.
Like if I want to be a dad that actually sees my kids and has a family life too, yeah, that would be kind of a difficult juggling act. And
Yeah.
voiceover was the perfect kind of job because it was like a normal working day. You work Monday to Friday, nine
Uh-huh.
to six. Occasionally you might have to work a weekend and stuff like
Yep.
that. And there was enough projects in town, and I was really fortunate to be booking quite a few shows back then. And so
Mhm.
yeah, that's it. That's why I ended up focusing on voiceover and just went, this is going to be my life. And
Awesome.
yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, I like to start off every interview asking this question. So I want to know, how'd you get started as a voice actor?
How did I start?
Yeah, how did you get started as a voice actor?
Well, like I was saying before, I was actually, I guess if you want to dial it back, like go way back in the word, that in the Wayback Machine. When I was 13, one of the things that I really wanted for my 13th birthday was a cassette tape player, you
Hmm.
could record on. And I was pretty fortunate that my dad, he worked extra shifts and stuff so that he can make some extra money to get that for me for my 13th birthday. I still have it to this day.
Wow.
It means a lot to me, right? Because I know how hard my dad had to work to get that for me.
Oh yeah, very
And
hard.
so I have a lot of great memories connected to that. But my brothers and I would take our comics and put them out on the floor and
Yeah.
voice all the characters and stuff, not
Mhm.
realizing that people actually did that for a job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of like the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And then, I was always that kid that was doing sketches and stuff. And then I was, I'd do this after school stuff and do plays after school and things like that. And then
Yeah.
eventually, I ended up taking theater arts when I moved to Canada from England.
Yeah.
And that's when the bug really bit. And I went, I found my tribe. These are my people. I want to be
Yeah.
around these kind of people for the rest of my life. And
Hmm.
so, yeah, that just launched into all that. And then, like I said, eventually it was through a chance meeting with Scott, and then Scott and me becoming friends. And
Yes.
then Scott pulling back the veil and saying, have you ever thought about voice acting? And I'm like, and that was the beginning of it. So if you want to blame anybody for why I'm in voiceover, it's Scott.
Oh,
Jump in. Then all your complaints to Scott.
we can blame Scott McNeil on that.
Blame Scott McNeil. Yes.
Yeah, I actually did musical theater for a very long time myself too.
Was that right?
Yeah, I did. I did theater. I started doing theater in fourth grade.
Good for you.
Yeah. So
Awesome. So,
I've done a lot of shows too, myself too.
that's amazing. Do you still do things? Like, do you?
I don't do theater as much anymore, but I now do martial arts.
That was another big thing for me. What style?
Hey, I'm
Yeah, I
actually currently
started.
right now a blue belt.
What's that?
I'm currently right now a blue belt.
In what discipline?
I do karate, taekwondo, and self-defense.
Good for you. You
Hmm.
mixed them up. Which is
Yeah.
It's so cool. It was
Yeah.
yeah, I started when I was 12. I started with judo,
Hmm.
and then I studied kung fu for
Yep.
I studied white crane and tiger style.
Hmm.
Then like studied jujitsu, and then I studied Kyokushin karate. So yeah.
What belt
So
did you make it all the way up to?
it's funny because the thing was we moved around so much. Uh,
Okay. So,
but in judo, how far did I get in judo? I think not. It wasn't that because I didn't take it that long. So I was like a green belt, I think.
oh wow.
Um, Kyokushin, I got up as high as brown, and then Jiu-Jitsu. The guy that was teaching Jiu-Jitsu, um, he wasn't um, he wasn't able to grade us. Like we had to go somewhere.
Oh.
So I didn't get any belts, and I just studied with the guy because he was just amazing. I loved
Huh.
it, and that was in when I lived in Ontario. I studied
Okay.
under him. But no, I did it for like 27 years.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was funny because it was going to watch Enter the Dragon, watching Bruce Lee, and when
Oh
I
yeah.
saw that, I just went, "What?" I had no idea
Whoa.
anybody could do all that stuff. And it was like, "How do I learn to do that?"
Ah,
Yeah, and I was 12 when I saw that. Yeah, and it was just, and that's what began my journey in martial arts. So it's so good for you, man. I love that hand-to-eye coordination. I love the discipline that it teaches you.
yeah.
It gives you that fortitude to push
Mm,
through,
yeah.
and you learned how tough you are. But
Yeah.
and the other thing that I loved about it too was I was really fortunate to have senseis that also tackled the mental aspect of it as well, where there's lots of meditation and
Yeah.
things like that, right?
Mhm.
So all those things were just wonderful things to have in your skill set, right? In your toolbox of life. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Awesome. Well, now I want to start talking about your shows. So you played Nappa on Dragon Ball Z's Ocean Cast. So what was it like getting to voice Nappa and what was it like doing Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z was a blast. It was a throat shredder for most of us, as you probably heard.
Well, you guys were screaming your heads off.
Oh yeah, it was wild. And when we were recording that show, we were doing it with the older equipment. It was all
Yeah.
analog, so
Uh-huh.
the sessions didn't move as fast as they do now.
Okay.
Everything's so quick with digital. It's just like and they can look at it right away, just like that. Bring back a scene, and it's automatically there. They can zero right in on the time code. And back in those days, because it was analog, you're like, yep, back. Okay, we're ready. So it was like, so there was that, and I think what made it hard about that was because there was so much energy that went into it.
Hmm.
Between takes, there was a bit of a lull. Although the engineers that we worked with were incredibly fast
Yeah.
working off that equipment,
Hmm.
but it was just super exhausting because especially the part when Nappa was on Earth and shredding everything, pulling everything apart.
Oh yeah.
The battle sequences in that were just insane.
Hmm.
So, and we'd have to do it like in one pass.
Oh
So
wow.
he'd be like, to do all this stuff. And then you'd feel like your head exploded from the take, and then you'd be catching your breath. And I swear to you that, for it, this was the case for most of us, was while we were doing that stuff, a lot of us was getting tunnel vision, where your
Yep.
oxygen is getting shut.
Oh yeah.
So I'd be driving home sometimes from one of those sessions thinking, I wonder if I just should stop by the hospital and get my brain scanned. Because
Was
I
there
think
ever
I
was
broke
there
it today.
Yeah.
What?
Was there ever a time where you like really had to scream so loud and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I have a headache," and from Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z?
No, it was those sequences when he was on Earth that were the killer because you would try to hit everything during the pass,
Yeah.
but if you missed something, and again because it was analog, we'd have to
Yeah.
go back and do a complete take again. So you couldn't like really punch in
Okay.
because the place to punch in, there was breaths in there and stuff like that, and it just wouldn't sound natural.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything to it other than just drop it in and hope that it worked.
Yeah.
But so really the best solution was if you got another one in you, do it
Just
again.
do it.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
don't miss that
ah!
bit that you missed that take. Yeah, like catch it this time. Yeah.
It's like
So
you have to scream so loud, and it's like, oh no. I'm like, my voice is gonna be gone.
yeah, I mean, you gauge yourself when you're in there. I mean, you're not going at 100% because that way you'd probably only get like two or three and you'd be done. Your voice would be blown out.
Yeah.
But but I mean, it's
Mhm.
still up there. It's still around 75-80%. And that gets pretty exhausting after a period of time for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah. But it was fun. I mean, the characters were great, right? So and I mean it was awesome because there was also so many episodes and
Yeah.
there was like new characters rather popping up all the time.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of cool. You come into a session and then they go, "Oh, by the way, I think you're playing this and this," and you never knew
Yeah.
if that character was going
Return or not.
to end up being like really featured in the next episodes or not, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you get thrown a character and you think, oh, it's just an incidental, and then later on in the series that you find out you've got way more episodes to do,
Hmm.
and the fans end up liking him, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, well, that's cool.
Wow.
That's another character to add to my list. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So
a scene I do remember from Dragon Ball Z that I really like. So it was the scene with Nappa and Vegeta, and
yeah.
it was like what's the status? And then Vegeta goes, it's over 9,000.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
Brian
love that
Drummond.
part. I
Is
love
that
that part of
awesome?
Dragon Balls. Yeah.
The
Did you
legendary over 9,000 line.
yeah. Did you ever think that was going to be a meme or not? And have you ever seen other people do it before?
No, well, first off, when we did those, there was no such things as memes. So,
Oh yeah.
because it was, yeah, there was, we were still years away from getting to that point where
Oh yeah.
social media was going to take off and all that stuff. So no. Did we know it was going to be as huge as it was? We
Yeah.
knew that Dragon Ball Z was very popular in Japan
Right.
and that, potentially everybody's hope was that it was going to strike really big in North America. And I think Funimation must, and Ocean, um, obviously getting involved in the series, they were all betting on it being a success, and they were right. So I mean, those guys saw it before we did.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us that were in the show, voicing characters and stuff, had any idea that
Mhm.
people would know about Dragon Ball Z, like literally across the globe.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really, really cool to have
Mhm.
been a part of that. Yeah.
Have you ever seen people like recreate the it's over 9,000 scene like on social media or like in person?
Well, Brian Drummond and I, we were at a convention, and it's funny because I'm trying to. It was either in Toronto or it was in Dallas. I know. It was like, how do
Okay.
not that you can confuse the two places, but
Yeah.
been to a few conventions. You're like, I remember the spot, and I'd like to say I think it was in the States, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Brian and I decided to take a walk outside of the convention center because it was a
Yeah.
beautiful day, and we
Mhm.
had a break in between, our panels and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So we just happened to walk around the building
Hmm.
and we saw a bunch of people gathering out on this lawn.
Yeah.
And then we saw that they were dressed as DBZ characters.
Yeah.
And there was somebody cosplaying Vegeta and somebody cosplaying Nappa.
Yeah.
And we went, oh man, we gotta go over there and say hi.
Hmm.
So we walked over and said hi, and these just turned out to be like the most wonderful, warm, like inviting people that you could have hoped to have met.
Hmm.
And so right there on the spot, we decided to reenact the whole scene, and we had the cosplayers of Vegeta and Nappa gathered together with us, and we did the dialogue, and they did all the body language to it.
Yeah.
Tonight's over 9,000, and everybody would go.
Yay.
There was a bunch of people that shot that on their cameras on their phones and stuff, and then we went around and we autographed a bunch of stuff for them and said a few hellos and stuff like that on their phones,
Yeah.
and that was like really one for the highlight reel for us because I mean moments like that are really really special. That's one of the really exciting things about attending these conventions
Yeah.
is like all this unexpected stuff and the people that you meet,
Mhm.
it's just really wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I was wondering if we could recreate that scene. It's over 9,000 scene.
Okay, how do you want to do it?
You can play Nappa. I'll play Vegeta.
Okay. Hey Vegeta, what's the scouter say about his power level?
It's over 9,000.
What? Over 9,000? It can't be.
There we go. All right.
And then Brian goes, it's over 9,000!
Oh, that was on my bucket list that I wanted to do during the interview. I'm like, I'm gonna ask Michael if we can do the over 9,000 scene.
Hey, thanks, Giovanna.
You're welcome, Nappa. All right, let's get on to the next show.
On to the next show. Okay.
Now you did the voice of Leonardo on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The
Totally
next
cool to be a turtle, dude.
Calabunga.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
so what was it like playing Leonardo in Next Mutation?
That was a really, really special show for me because I think whenever you have the opportunity to work on a kids show,
Mhm.
especially like doing a live action series like that, the vibe on set is so different than if you're shooting a dramatic TV series,
Yeah.
um, which can be really intense and really serious and blah 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 blah. But it's weird when you shoot it a kids show, and especially when you've got the main cast dressed up as Ninja Turtles, who everybody loves.
Oh yeah.
It just creates a real sense of levity on set,
Mhm.
and it was right about that time that my my wife and I had our firstborn, and
Oh
was
nice.
born, and it was pretty cool because I think this would only something like this could only really happen on a show that, was for kids where you have that kind of energy because every day coming to set was always so much fun. There was somebody keeping track of all the jokes that made people laugh the most on set during the
Yeah.
shoots,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun too. But I remember we were shooting one afternoon, and my daughter was only just a few days old, and
Uh-huh.
my wife came to visit us on set,
Yeah.
and one of the crew came over to me and said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that your wife is in your trailer." And the director overheard the conversation, and he goes, "What?" He goes,
What?
"Is your wife here with the baby?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, come on, everybody." He goes, "Let's see Mike's baby." And like this would never happen. Like
Yeah.
an entire crew, like on set, where
Yeah.
the director says, "Hey, let's take 15 minutes and go do something else for a minute." And so we all came out of the sound stage, and my wife had the trailer door open,
Yeah.
and there's all these people, all the crew, and
Mhm.
all of us coming up. And my wife came out and put little Kira in a little bassinet, um, uh, brought her to like the circle where
Yeah.
everybody formed a circle around her,
Mhm.
and it was just like one of the coolest experiences ever. Like it was just like
Nice.
that's the kind of energy that was on that show,
Mhm.
and it was just I can't really say enough about it. It was just so much fun. We had a blast doing it. It was a complete fluke that I ended up later being the voice of Leonardo
Yeah.
because I was there for the auditions.
Mhm.
There was private auditions held in Vancouver for the role of the Turtles,
Yeah.
and there was a few actors in from another city
Uh-huh.
coming in to read, and I was just brought in as a reader to read with these actors.
Yeah.
So I wasn't in I wasn't in the running for like they weren't auditioning me for the role. And so
Oh, okay.
I was reading with them, and then after a few times of coming in and I'd played I we'd re, we were they these all these people were reading for Leonardo. And
Yeah.
then at one point the director, the casting director was in there and said, "Michael, would you just mind swapping roles with this person play Raphael and could you play Leonardo?" And I
Yeah.
went, "Yeah, sure." So
Okay.
so I did Leonardo. Anyway, when I was leaving the agency, because I was those auditions were being held at with my agent's agency,
Yeah.
like they were using one of the rooms there, and
Mhm.
my agent comes running up behind me as I'm heading home. She goes, hang around, don't. Hey, do you need to be anywhere? I went, no. She goes, they're thinking about you for Leonardo. I went, what? And she goes, hang around. She goes, because they want to bring you back in and read you again. And I went, okay.
Okay.
So that's how I got the part, man. I went back in and read again, and I just through a complete fluke, just being a reader in the room, not being up for the role or anything at all. I ended up scoring the voice of Leonardo, and it was cool
Yeah.
because then I got to play with Matt Hill
Mhm.
and the legendary and ever wonderful Kirby Morrow,
Yeah.
and yeah, and Jason Stanford Gray, who's it's just
Mhm.
yeah, and it was cool because we ended up really forming like a real life brotherhood being together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff socially together, and it was yeah, it was pretty cool. So
That's
it's still
very
to this day we call each other Turtle Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like getting to work with Matt Hill and Kirby in the late great what was it like working with Matt Hill as Raphael and the late great Kirby Morrow as Michelangelo and
You laugh a lot. You just can't help but have like an amazingly off, like literally when we were done, it didn't feel like a work day. Like we would walk out and be in such a good mood, and we usually used to grab a bite to eat after a session together up in the North Shore because we recorded all the episodes at Sharp Sound in
Yeah.
the North Shore in Vancouver,
Uh-huh.
and we get in there early in the morning, and we pretty much spend most of the day at the studio, and we'd come in the morning and with our coffees and stuff,
Yeah.
and to warm up. We had a copy of Spinal Tap that we would put in the DVD player,
Mhm.
and we'd watch Spinal Tap, which just had us killing ourselves laughing, and by so we were just primed and ready to go by the time we went into the studio to record. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And here's the thing I did not know about Next Mutation. I did not know there was a female. I didn't know that Venus.
Venus, man.
I didn't know. Did you expect that there was going to be a female on the team or no?
Yeah, I think we learned about that when we went in and how this was going to be because it was a big deal to introduce. But I thought it was an awesome idea. I know a lot of the fans were kind of like, "What? Why is it?" And it was like there was a sister that we didn't know about, And so
Right.
yeah, yeah. So it we thought it was really cool. It kind of got a bit of a lukewarm reception from the hardcore Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans.
Right.
But I think now that when people look back at it, and especially people that were kids when they watched the show,
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it's getting lots of love now. So that's
Right.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I do have a question about next mutation.
Right.
So the next mutation characters appeared in Power Rangers, but
Yeah.
you guys did not voice the characters. So did you guys
No.
get asked to do it or no?
No, there was it was kind of an unfortunate thing. There was the puppeteers and the production people they were grinding gears a bit going into the next season.
Yeah.
And we were all excited because we were told that there was definitely going to be another season. It was going to be shot up here in Vancouver,
Yeah.
and there was even talks about taking the TV series and doing a feature film from it too. So
Oh,
can
nice.
imagine how excited we were.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the disagreement that had brewed between the puppeteers and the production people this never got settled.
Okay.
And so it came down to the last straw, and the last straw was, if you guys are going to hold us to this, we're just going to take the show back to LA. And I think um, it was, I think they thought they were probably bluffing. And the reason why everybody thought, yeah, you guys are bluffing is because we at the time in the children's lineup on Fox Kids, we were the number one show, like in ratings.
Wow.
So that, I mean that's saying a lot, right? But that's with Fox Kids. So I think everybody thought you're not gonna squash like the number one show on Fox.
Oh,
And then you know how we found out? We found out was we that the studio trucks had arrived at the studio and they were packing up the set and they were moving it back to LA, and that's how we knew that we were done.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember first watching that episode of Power Rangers in Space, the Shell Shocked episode, and I remember seeing them, and I was like, "Oh, that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. That's pretty
Yep.
cool." And then
Yep.
I found out that it was not the voice cast of you guys. I was like, "Hey, why is it not the voice actors?" I'm like, "Where's Michael Dobson? Where's Kirby Morrow? Where's Matt Hill? Where's the other cast? Like, where did they go?"
We were crying in Canada, going, "Oh, why did I take that show away?" Yeah,
Oh
yeah, that's
man,
what happened. We were really sad, but that's that's the biz.
that is.
I know the biz can be that way. It's just yeah, you gotta be a little tough
Yeah.
to survive some of the decisions that are made. But yeah, I mean, that's why that name, or rather that word is on the end of entertainment, business, because it's business.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to get on to your next show. Now you did the voice of Big Ears on the hit PBS Kids show, Make Way for Naughty.
He was a silly little noddy.
So what was it like doing what was it like playing Big Ears on Make Way for Naughty?
Being a gnome?
Being a good gnome.
Being a good gnome. It was fun. And you know what? It was like David Kay.
Mhm.
Little David, he was just a little tyke then, playing
Yeah.
naughty. And man, was he amazing. Like he was
Mhm.
just I mean, I couldn't imagine the amount of pressure that he was under, because he was just a kid and
Yeah.
he's playing naughty, and the name of the show is Make Way for Naughty,
Right.
right? So I mean, like he's the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So him and I actually used to do a lot of the episodes. We would do our scenes just him and me in the studio.
Mhm.
So I got to work with David one-on-one a lot, and he's just a super guy, and of course, like now he's all grown up.
Yeah.
He's kicking butt, and he's even like producing and writing and directing and doing all this stuff. He's got all these projects on the go, and he's quite a force to be reckoned with now. But
Yeah.
working again, like working on a kids show is so much fun. I mean, we did I think it was well over 100 episodes of that series.
It was.
Yeah. And so I mean, yeah, it was cool. But the cool thing for me getting to play it like on a personal level
Mhm.
was when I was like a little kid, when I was like 3 or 4 years old, I
Mhm.
had naughty curtains in my bedroom.
Oh no, I don't
Well,
know.
I grew up in England, right? And naughty is huge, and I had like several of the books because there was lots of books. And
Yeah.
so I mean, I knew the show, or rather the stories really, really well.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a full circle thing for me. It's like, are you kidding me? Like I get to be in something that I read the books and everything when I was a kid, and now I'm actually going to be in the animated series.
Yeah.
That was pretty
So
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And I actually got to interview David AK back in May of this year.
Oh, did you?
I did, and he was actually my very first guest on my very first episode.
Woohoo! Isn't he
Yeah.
awesome?
Yeah, it was really fun. He was actually a very nice guy, really nice guy, very funny.
Yeah.
We actually talked about Noddy, and he actually got to record with you, and he actually said some very nice words about you. He said how legend of a voice actor you are.
Aw, that was
Hmm.
really kind.
Yeah, so it was really awesome interviewing him. It was really,
Yeah,
really,
he's a wonderful guy. I love him, and like he's an amazing athlete too. I don't know if you know that about him.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, he's the real deal. Yeah,
But
yeah,
wasn't there another Noddy voice actor after David?
yeah. I think because you know when you're when you turn 12 or 13, your voice does this. It's really embarrassing. It's the worst. For most guys, it's like the worst part, like period in your life because you're walking down through the thing there and you're trying to be like all cool and stuff, and
Yeah.
somebody says, "Hey man, hi," like this, and you do, "Hi," and you have no idea that's gonna come out like that, and you're just like,
Eh.
I just want to go home and hide until my voice works properly. Yeah, but when your voice
Awesome.
breaks like that, yeah. So I mean, he was all of a sudden getting a deep voice. The
Oh
same thing
yeah.
happened with Andrew Francis too.
Yeah.
And he was like, Andrew was crazy, like when his voice changed.
Hmm.
Well, one day we were doing a series called Action Man,
Hmm.
and Andrew walks in, and I'd known him since he was a little guy.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, this young man walks into the room, and we find out because you read the script and you
Right.
see a new character, and you're like, oh,
Right.
I wonder who's going to play this character. And like we're thinking of Andrew as a little kid, so he's not in our mind's eye thinking like that's the person that's going to be playing this villain because you
Yeah.
look at this villain, it's going to be like big, deep, really imposing,
Hmm.
sinister character. And
Yeah.
then Andrew walks in, and we're all thinking like, "Oh, I wonder what character Andrew's going to play." And then he steps up to the mic, and this, and we're like, "Ooh, what happened?" Just this force comes out, and we're all just like, "Oh,
What?
wow, okay." Little Andrew's not little Andrew anymore. It's just like, where did that voice? I mean, like, he had this like deep, deep, gravelly voice and everything. He
Oh
just
my
blew my
God.
mind. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah,
Oh. And then
yeah,
I know you got to work with two amazing voiceover directors for Make Way for Naughty. You got to work with Michael Donovan and
yay, he's amazing.
also another amazing voice actor. He does
Yes.
Stain on Ninjago, Brent Miller.
Oh,
So,
yes.
so what was it like getting to work with Michael Donovan and Brent Miller as voiceover directors for Make Way for Naughty?
Michael's awesome, and like, and you're right, like, just an incredible performer and actor as well as a director, and he'd he was the voice of Superman. I think he played him in LA on a series.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got that big deep hero voice too, and he just a really nice guy. And his wife often would come in with him, and she was just amazing. And the two of them were just always sweet with the cast. But one of the wonderful things about them was they always bring like fresh home baked chocolate chip cookies.
Oh.
But here's a funny story
Okay.
that involves my brother Paul.
Oh, Bill Dobson!
Yes, Paul Dobson. There you go. Yay.
Love him. I want to get him onto my interview channel. I want to get him on so bad. Okay,
Well,
tell me the story.
he was counting on Michael and his wife directing the show, and
Yeah.
that his wife was going to bring what she because I mean without fail she and they were just the most amazing, just like melt in your mouth, just like her home recipe for chocolate chip cookies is just. So, like, we always say, like, why don't you sell these? Why don't you mass produce them and share the love with everybody? Because this is so good. But she would bring like a big thing. Oh yeah. So anyway, one morning, Paul went in. I wasn't there for this morning, but Paul wore a long, heavy coat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that morning when he walked into the control room, where they directed everything from,
Okay, yeah.
Michael was there with his wife, and Michael said, "Oh, Paul, you're gonna be excited. She brought the chocolate chip cookies today." And Paul's like, "Oh, really? What a surprise!"
Yeah.
And he goes, and they take the lid off the top to show him the cookies, and Paul reaches into his coat, pulls
Mhm.
out a carton of milk,
Oh,
a glass, and a saucer to put the cookie. And he goes, "Oh, what a surprise!" And he took 2 cookies, put them on his little saucer, and then poured a glass of milk, took a bite and drank. And they were almost on the floor laughing so hard because he pulled that out of his jacket. That was so awesome. Yeah, I wish I had been there to see that. I wasn't there to
my
see.
gosh.
But I remember Michael telling me the story and just said your brother came in to record with us the other day when we brought the cookies and he said and then he pulls open his jacket and pulls out a carton of milk and puts it on the table. Then he pulls out a glass and puts it down. Then he pulls out a saucer to put the a little side plate to put the cookies.
Oh,
And he even had a napkin in the other pocket to go like this after he ate the cookies and drank the milk.
oh my
Uh,
God.
it's
The
just
cookies.
so, I just was
Give
like,
me cookies.
like cookies, cookies.
Uh,
It's just like, yeah. So that's
oh
my
my
brother
gosh.
Paul. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's get on to your next show. And you
All
did,
right.
of course, Starscream.
Starscream.
I have him.
Ah, thank you. This is a very lovely Starscream. He looks a little grumpy though for some reason. You know,
Yeah, I got this. I got
he's
this
got a
in Reno.
sour face. What's that?
I got this in Reno, Nevada. I got this at
Did you
a
really?
yeah. I got it in Reno for at a hotel in Reno called Circus, and I got this for like a lot of tickets.
Oh, no way.
And Starscream says hi.
Hello, Starscream. You're looking very well, my friend.
So,
All hail the Decepticons.
oh hail Starscream!
Thank you, Giovanna.
I love Starscream. Like Starscream's one of my favorite Decepticons, like #1 favorite Decepticon. And you're actually one of my favorite voice actors as Starscream. Like you're like #1 for me, and I would say
Thank
Tom Kenny
you.
is like
Wow.
#2 for Starscream. So I would say you were the best Starscream in the part of the Unicron trilogy. So
Thank you, Giovanna. That's very kind of you to say
proud to
so.
you.
Thank you.
So
I,
thank
I had
you.
so much fun playing Starscream.
Yeah. So what was it like getting to play Starscream, part of Armada, Energon, and Cybertron?
Well, you can imagine for the first time ever getting to say transform,
Oh yeah.
right? When that part came up in the script, I actually took a pause for a second because I just had to kind of take a moment and go, I gotta remember this. I gotta remember this moment when I say transform for the first time because that's pretty cool. So it was it was a lot of fun. It was a different process because when with ADR,
Yes.
automated
Oh yeah.
dialogue.
ADR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You brought in one at a time, so you're not doing it all together
Oh yeah.
in a group. So you're not playing off other actors. You're just watching the images on the screen, and you're matching what they call the mouth flaps, right?
Yeah.
And so we're doing the English dub.
Mhm.
So you don't get to see it when it's all pieced together.
Mhm.
But when we first got to see what the series looked like, I was blown away by the animation, just the
Yeah.
style. And it looks so good.
Mhm.
And like the color palette and everything in the show was just amazing as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the whole anime feel to that particular series that was
Yeah.
there. And of course, Starscream, it was a different iteration of him in the sense where this was a more complex Starscream. This was
Yeah.
one that had he was torn between serving the Decepticons and the
And
Autobots.
joining the Autobots, yeah.
Yeah. And where his loyalties lied.
Oh yeah.
And he was questioning the leadership qualities of Megatron.
I love your voice of Starscream, hands down. I love it.
Thank you. I was really fortunate because I had a lot to do with that version of Starscream. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I had a lot of things to do as an actor with him because his story arc had more things to do than other iterations of
Right.
that character, right?
Mhm.
Where normally we just see him as just like trying to undermine everybody and plotting
Yeah.
yeah, and this time he was questioning, you know, was that a good way to be? That maybe he should change his ways, and that would be yeah. He wanted to be a better version of himself. That's put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we never saw that in that character before.
Yeah. And isn't it really cool how you and Brian and Paul were all on Transformers together?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny how it's really cool how you and Paul both voiced Decepticons and Brian did an Autobot and
Yep.
then Brian didn't do Energon, but you and Paul did Energon and I don't know and Paul did an Autobot and you did a Decepticon. And then Brian came back for Cybertron, and he went back to do Red Alert, and then you remained as Starscream. And then wasn't Paul a Decepticon or an Autobot in Cybertron?
Think an Autobot. I want to say Autobot. I
I
don't know
think
why.
so. I don't remember. I did watch Cybertron though. I did watch all three of the series of the universe.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I watched all three of them, and it was really cool. I absolutely, like I said, I absolutely love Starscream, and I love what you do for Starscream. So
Thanks,
thank you,
Giovanna.
Starscream.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
And Starscream's gonna come back and say, "Thank you."
Thank you.
I love this one.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Giovanna.
Thank you,
I
Starscream.
hope that I'm really praying that Unicron series gets revisited again, and that
Yes, me
they
too.
bring out bring it out as a box set,
Yes.
right? So you don't have to buy like all three separately. It'd be nice
Right.
and how about maybe like a HD remastering of the series?
Right.
Like
That
to
would be
bring
pretty
it,
cool. And like I was saying earlier, we're both matching Starscream, of
right?
course.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. We're both matching Starscream. I can kind of do a Starscream voice a little bit.
Oh, is that right?
I can kind of do it. I mean, I
Come
kind of
on,
know. I mean, I kind of learned how to do yours a little bit, but it's not gonna turn out really well. And I
come
kind of
on,
gonna
let's
do
hear
this
it.
one. Okay. But
Okay.
Megatron.
Oh, that was cool.
That's a G1 one. Megatron. Nope.
That was close though. You
A
got the
little
growl in
bit.
there. You got
A
that
little bit.
Megatron. Yeah,
There
that's
you
good.
go. All
Yeah.
right. Let's get on to your next show.
Good work, Giovanna. Thank you. Hey, Giovanna.
Thank you.
All
So then
right.
you did bulk biceps on My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic and My Little Pony Equestria Girls.
Yes.
So what was it like doing
Yeah.
so what was it like doing My Little Pony?
It was fun. Because I mean, what an amazing cast, first off, right?
Yeah.
And there was always lots of laughs. And the scripts were always fantastic. And I love that there was I never got to sing. Well, did I get to? I'm trying to think if Bulk was ever in any of the courses. I want to
I don't
say,
remember. I haven't watched My Little Pony in like a long time.
yeah, I can't remember if I did anyway. But I mean, um, what a talented cast on that show. Because I know a lot of the like the real lead characters in the show. They not only had to perform vocally, playing those characters, and sometimes like, well, not sometimes, they played multiple characters as well. But on top of that, a lot of the lead cast had to sing,
Yeah.
and I mean that's that's amazing, and they did such an incredible job.
Yeah.
And yeah, just the whole production team, everybody involved in My Little Pony, just did such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how like in My Little Pony, it's like when you go onto the behind the voices, it's like, oh wow, I know a lot of these. Let's see.
Yeah.
Ninjago, Transformers, I don't know. Both Transformers. Okay, Ninjago, both. I don't
Like
know. Yeah,
all of the same people, is that what you're saying? See a
probably.
lot of the same people? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah. It was
right.
fun, and I got Dr. Caballeron was fun to play too. I liked playing him as well.
Nice.
He's very interesting individual,
Yeah.
and a mysterious character, if you will. Anyway, yes, go ahead. What do you got?
Awesome. Okay, let's talk about your next show. Now you did Pythor on Lego Ninjago.
Oh, good Lord, there I am.
So what was it like
Yeah.
getting to play? What was it like playing Pythor on Lego Ninjago?
Well, it's fun, especially, me being a Brit. So, I get to play, that London, that sort of aristocratic British accent. It was fun. I mean, how do you not play him that way with his name, like Chumsworth the Third,
Yeah.
right? It's just yes, it's just it was just right there. It was funny because that's the first. I don't think I really played around with any other voices like to audition for that character. I just really I felt really strongly that this is how he would sound. And
Yeah.
lucky for me, the people who make those big decisions felt the same way, and I got to come in. So I just like to come back soon, if that would be wonderful.
Yeah. What was it
Right?
like working with the voice cast of Ninjago?
A blast.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely
Lots,
awesome.
lots of laughs. We always had lots of great laughs. And I worked with Mark and I used to on that series. We're always usually sat next to one another.
Oh
Yeah, and a lot of times we used to end up having to share the same mic too. So that was always
Oh,
yeah. So
oh,
that was
that was fun sharing a mic.
yeah. Well, Mark and I are really good friends, so it's always a pleasure to work with him, and yeah, it's it's just such a nice, relaxed, fun atmosphere to work in because we're all really close. You know, we're very tight. We are very much a family. You know, when we
Yeah.
work together, so that's cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Before we do go to through the questions, there's
Yeah.
one more show I do want to talk about. Now you
Okay.
did Santa on Nina's World.
I d- oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh ho
So
ho,
so
Santa.
so
Yeah.
what was it like? What was it like doing Nina's World?
Well, you know, playing Santa, the big guy, that's an honor in itself, right there. Just to play a big character like that, and it's funny. Like I'm saying, that those kind of shows are always, you know, there's so much levity to them. That's the first word that kind of pops into my mind because it's the messages are always so positive. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's the characters are always so lovely and warm and friendly, and there's usually a great message in there, you know, about, and
Yeah.
it's just too bad that that you know some people forget about all those important lessons that we learn when we're little.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Did you ever get
luckily more do than don't, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to work with Michelle Lepe, who did Nina's mom on Nina's World, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay,
No.
then probably she was in. I think I don't know where she recorded Nina's World. But
Yeah.
did you ever watch Sprout?
Did I ever watch Sprout?
Yeah, the TV channel Sprout? Or no?
No. No.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't even. What is Sprout?
It was
What is Sprout?
Oh God, I'm gonna have to explain this because I didn't watch Sprout when it first premiered in 2005.
I don't even know what it is.
I wasn't even born.
Giovanna?
I wasn't born till October 2005, so this was a few months before I was even born.
There you go. Okay.
There you go. So
There you go.
Midway
So,
for Naughty actually did air on Sprout though.
oh, is that right? Oh, so Sprout is a streaming channel? Is that what it is?
It was a
Streaming app?
channel. It was a channel that ran from 2005 to 2017. Then it got replaced with Universal Kids, which actually The Deep. I kind of know the show, but I don't really know the show that well.
That was fun to work on.
That aired on Universal Kids.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah,
like shows on that show.
it was basically
For like
like
little kids and stuff.
well, Sprout was basically like kind of for like preschool. It's like it kind of aired like Sunny Side Up show in the morning, the Sharing show in the afternoon, the Good Night show with Michelle Lepe at night. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
I don't really know how to fully explain like what Sprout is. I have some friends though that I followed that have been watching Sprout since September 26, 2005, but
Right?
right. All right, Michael, I do have some questions for you. I typed these questions all up on my own.
Oh, hey, by the way, you're amazing at this.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you.
I'm having a lot of fun, so thank you.
Awesome. My first question is, did you ever watch Transformers growing up?
No, but I know I did. Yeah, well, because you know I would have been in my 20s and during that time, and I was like pretty busy guy traveling around and doing
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
I was never a big TV watcher. I
Okay.
always had like a lot of stuff. You know, like I was saying, I was like involved in martial arts, and I was going to the gym and doing all this other stuff, and then you know that work thing during the day. You got to do that too. So
Yeah.
that's pretty. But my first introduction was friends of mine, their son, their eldest boy,
Yeah.
he was telling me all about Transformers, and he had one of the action figures, and that's how I first learned about Transformers G1. And he knew everything there was to know about G1,
Yeah.
and he was telling me all about, and so that was my education and my first exposure to Transformers G1. And I just thought that was the coolest thing because like when he transformed the thing and turned it into something else, I mean,
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, that's incredible.
Wow, that's so cool.
Toy.
Cool. Who did you audition for in Transformers Armada?
For everybody that I possibly could have, like everyone else. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think like, you know, when you go in to audition for those things, you got X amount of time. Usually it's about 10 or 15 minutes.
Mhm.
And you try to read for as much as you possibly can. And one of the things that you do when you go to audition like that is you try to pick as many diverse characters. And obviously you're trying to read for the principal characters. You want to score a character that's going to be in almost every episode, right? So that's in your head as well.
Right.
But trying to audition for as many different characters is really important too, because you want to try and show your vocal range to the
Right.
people, the producers, and everybody listening, so that their gears will turn, and if you, they might think of you for something else, and that's how it kind of. I'm pretty sure I read for Starscream,
Yeah.
um, but anyway, that's part of the audition process, and so like to answer your question, just everything and anything you can, as long as time allowed for it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Favorite Transformers Armada Decepticon, but it can't be your character. It can't be Starscream.
Who would it be then? Well, I gotta say, like in the whole universe, outside of the shows that or just the one that I worked on,
Just Armada. Just Armada.
just Armada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has to be a Decepticon, but it can't be Starscream.
I think I know it's gonna be like so textbook, I think, but but I mean the voice for Optimus Prime, I I didn't have I knew at the time I didn't have that big round voice and everything
Oh
else,
yeah.
so that would have been other than. But I would have loved to have taken a shot at Megatron, David K. But David K. did an amazing job of that.
Oh yeah, David K is awesome. I want to get
Yeah,
him on my channel as well. Yeah,
but I
Megatron's
loved
awesome.
yeah. I mean, I love the dialogue that was given to Megatron and everything else. So I would say if I couldn't have been Starscream, then I want to be the big guy. I
Yeah,
want to be Megatron.
awesome. What was your reaction when they told you that Starscream was going to die in Armada?
I didn't know. Nobody
I didn't know
told me.
either.
No, like it just came up, and then it was like, in science fiction, you always think like when you die, you're like, but I come back, right? It was like, no, yeah,
Starscream's gonna come back till
you,
Energon.
you died. Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah. So I was sad because I was having so much fun on the show,
Yeah,
and then I was playing Starscream. I mean, you don't see a character like that being like wiped out and just like,
yeah.
yeah. So that was like a
Ugh! But I do
didn't
have a
see it
story.
coming.
But I do have a story about the death though. So
Okay.
a funny story. I was dropping off one of my siblings, one of my sisters. I have a twin sister and an older sister.
Oh, cool.
And me and my mom, we were driving my twin sister back home to college. She goes to college in Santa Cruz. So
Okay.
we were driving back home. We were driving back home from after dropping off my twin sister, and I was in my mom's car watching Transformers Armada, and I was watching the death, and then all of a sudden, right as Starscream dies, I go so loud, and my mom's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, Starscream just died. She's like, "Don't do that to me." I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry, mom."
She's thinking that something horrible happened back there.
Right.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
felt
goodness.
so bad. I'm like, sorry, mom.
Oh, that's awesome though. What a great reaction though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
No, I didn't see it coming either.
no, me neither. I
No,
think a lot of people didn't expect it to happen.
no, no.
All right.
All
Favorite
right.
Transformers Armada voice actor.
What's that?
Favorite Transformers Armada voice actor.
Ooh, let me see. That's a hard one because everybody was so amazing. But you know what? Because I love him and he's an amazing person, and I thought he did an incredible job. Gary Chalk.
I got to interview Gary Chalk. I got to interview
All
him.
right.
Yeah,
I
back in June.
Gary's just such a great guy. He's always been such a dear friend, and he was also really really supportive and helpful to me when I was up and coming in the voiceover industry.
Mhm.
Um, Gary was always there. He always listened to my questions and gave me like such great advice.
Yeah.
And I looked up to him a lot actually when I was coming through the ranks, and he'd always be, hey, like this, and give me a big hug and sit
Mhm.
there. You got time for a coffee? And that's scary. And like he a lot of times he'd have his dog in the car, and I love dogs. So
Me too.
yeah, just seeing Gary was always just like big ray of sunshine. So yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta say Gary. Yeah.
Awesome. Now this is a question for Starscream, and I know you and Starscream are gonna laugh about this question.
Okay.
Does Starscream play video games?
Yeah. Of course.
What kind of video games does Starscream play?
He loves flying ones.
Mm.
Anything with flying. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I would say that Starscream would probably like Crimson Skies from the old Xbox game.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, just flying through and just
Dang
stuff.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And I bet also Starscream likes to annoy the Autobots.
Exactly. You know, any of those fighter jet sims, that would be something that I think you'd probably like to play too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Favorite Big Ears line.
Oh, you silly little noddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably one of Big Air's favorite lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any make way for naughty toys?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. You want to see one?
Sure.
Get you a sec. I'm gonna go this way. I'll be right
All
back.
right.
What?
Oh, that is so cool.
Isn't it awesome?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Right? Yeah. I was really lucky that I wish I could remember her name. She's one of the producers from London, England.
Yeah.
And she one day during one of the sessions she said, "I have something for you," and I had no idea what it was, and it was this.
That is amazing.
I know because when I was a kid, I always wanted like this is not Noddy's car, but you know, it's the next best thing. It's Big Ear's car, so that's cool.
Oh my
And
God.
like you can see on the back, like here's all the other ones that you could end up having.
Wow.
See, there's Noddy's car down there.
That is so cool. I bet everyone in the comments when this interview comes out, they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so lucky you got a naughty toy from like, I don't know."
Right? I know.
I,
I don't even know if you like can you get Noddy toys now still?
I think you probably have to find them on eBay. And I don't know how expensive they are.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah,
I wonder too.
so I'm so glad I had that one to show you.
That's awesome. Do you have any Lego Ninjago sets?
No, but I've got
Oh, we have the
right,
same
look. Oh, hello.
gosh.
I say, it's so wonderful to see you. We're
We're twins.
twins.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is absolutely awesome.
Right? I know. We're like we're almost related now. Look at that. We've got the
Heck yeah.
same Pythors.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of Ninjago sets. Like I have a
Oh, do you
lot.
really?
Yeah, I have a lot in my room actually. Like I have one shelf like with Ninjago sets. Like in my closet on my dresser, I got a lot of Ninjago sets, and then like on my another half of my closet, in my closet, I have a lot of Ninjago sets, and then another one I have like all of like Ninjago block boxes, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And my family are always like, stop using money buying Ninjago sets. I'm like, okay.
You're so hilarious. But you know, deep down inside, when you say okay, your inner you is going, I got it.
Yeah,
I can't stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Funniest Lego Ninjago voice actor.
Funniest?
Yes.
You know, Vincent Tom makes me laugh quite a bit.
That's what Brett Miller said to me. Okay, so like I told you before we started this Zoom, I go to a life skills college. We have our own podcast called Grant Grover Podcast, and for
Yeah.
the Lego episode, I got to interview Brent because I got in contact with him. I asked my teacher, I was like, hey, could we probably like interview a voice actor from Ninjago? And my teacher's like, yeah, we're cool with it. So I
Yeah.
interviewed one of the voice actors, and I got in contact with Brent, and he's like, yeah, of course, I'm willing to do it. So we did it, and I asked him, I was like, oh yeah, who's the funniest voice actor? And he goes, oh, definitely Vincent. And he was like telling me stories about Vincent, and I was like, oh my God. And my teacher was actually very proud of me that I got in contact with Brent.
One of the first things that he did when I was working with him, he has this like silent film actor that he portrays called Charlie.
Oh God.
And it is very kind of like you know, why is it cut out of my head? Like Charlie Chaplin kind of. But he
Yeah.
comes up and does this whole thing in there. Anyway, Vince is amazing at physical comedy
Yeah.
without even saying a word. But I mean, the stuff that comes out of his mouth is just killer funny. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
his wit is just like that too. So yeah, Vinny baby all the way. He cracks you up.
Oh my gosh.
I love
There
him.
was there
And
was
he's an amazing singer too.
Yeah, Vincent is such a good singer. I've heard him like sing songs on My Little Pony, and he did a duet for Love's an Open Door from Frozen, and I was like,
Yeah,
wow, it's like he's
I
like
know.
another really good singer. All the Ninjago voice actors, they're very good singers.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Favorite Transformers Armada episode.
Obviously the one that sticks with me the most is Starscream's death.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, because it was because like what we were saying, like it just first off I didn't see it coming. Two, um, just the way that they animated it
Yeah.
and they put it in like that whole action sequence leading up to that. What I loved about that was it didn't the way that battle starts and everything. Nobody would have guessed
Hmm.
that Starscream would have sacrificed himself at the end.
Hmm.
Nobody would have like even though we saw shades of it early in the series.
Yeah.
Um, no, like your reaction that you told me was just perfect.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it startled me too. So I think I have to say it's probably that episode because
Yeah.
even me as the performer, I was shocked as well,
Mhm.
and 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 I was really happy with what I had to do. Like as a performer,
Mhm.
it was wonderful to play a scene like that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It was
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got a lot of favorites too. I would say my favorite is Past, the two-parted, the debut of Sideswipe and Wheeljack.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one was one of my favorites because it's the story of how Hotshot met Wheeljack and how Wheeljack and Hotshot were buddies on Cybertron. And then after that, during the middle of the fire in Cybertron, like Hotshot
Right,
was trying to save Wheeljack, but he couldn't do it. Like he couldn't save Wheeljack because he couldn't save him. Like he
right,
couldn't save him. And Wheeljack wasn't happy with Hotshot. And then it wasn't until Sideswipe came in and I don't know who asked, but Blur, but then Sideswipe was like, "Hey Blur, do you remember me? Do you remember me?" And Blur was like, "I don't know." And then Blur was like, "You gotta Hotshot, you gotta train Blur. You gotta train Sideswipe." And oh, it was so funny. Like that episode made me laugh
that's awesome.
because Brent and Sam Vincent together, they were hilarious in that episode.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Agreed.
right. Favorite pot saddest Ninjago moment.
When I disappeared with the shards, and I haven't been seen since.
I would say for me was Zane's death. That one was sad.
Zane's death? Yeah,
That one was sad. And
yeah.
actually it was really cool how Brent told me when I interviewed him how he did the scene in two takes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did the scene in two takes. It was really cool.
Wow.
So
He's
props.
amazing. I love Brent.
Brent's awesome. Yes, very sweet guy. Very nice guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And super talented.
Oh, very talented. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Favorite Pythor line.
Ah. I always like doing, not so much the lines. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there were some great lines in there, and I can't think of one. One's not coming to me right at this very second, but
Okay.
but um, but whenever Pythor has his gleeful laughs, those
Mhm.
are always a blast. The ha 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 ha. He
Yeah.
just, he
So the
just,
iconic Pythor laugh.
yeah, he just, yeah, he loves to hear himself laugh, I guess. That's
Yeah.
too funny.
Yeah. Favorite Starscream line.
Mm. You're all mine, Galvatron.
Galvatron! Yes!
Yes.
Oh, what is I got a favorite. I think this was probably the most iconic line. If I don't remember the line, you might have to say it in Starscream's voice. But it
Okay.
was I joined the Autobots and to take down Megatron. The minicons didn't mean anything to me.
I remember that one. Whereabouts in the series was that one?
I think that was Armada. That was before the
Was
Unicron
it
battle.
right near the beginning of the series?
I think
Yeah.
it was right near the end. Like I think right near the end before the Unicron battle trilogy started, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That one
Yeah.
was one of my favorites though.
Thanks.
Yeah. Favorite childhood TV show.
Ooh, I had so many. But I guess Doctor Who is probably my big one.
Oh, Doctor Who! I
Yeah.
love Doctor Who.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Doctor Who.
I
Yeah,
used to watch the show. I don't
I,
really watch it as much anymore.
I know, but I started watching that all the way back to the William Hartnell years. Like when I was a kid, William
Oh,
Hartnell was
jeez.
Doctor Who. That's yeah. They're talking like this 1960s.
Wow. I only know Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant and Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and Jodie Whittaker and
But
Doctor.
but I mean that's a great like lineup of
Oh, yeah.
doctors. And I love them too. When the series came back with Chris Eccleston,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. But like
Mhm.
right from the get-go, from the first episode, I was just like, yeah, yeah. And Billy Piper as Rose
Oh,
was
Billy
just
Piper's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so Doctor Who, I mean, at school, my buddies and I remember when I was a little kid, we would play dialects, and how you
Yep.
play dialects was you put your arm around your
Oh, yeah.
and you put your arms out like this, and you go, exterminate,
Exterminate.
exterminate. Yeah, exactly.
There was actually a time I was at a convention in Petaluma, California.
Oh, cool.
It's called Lumicon. And I went to Lumicon, and actually they had like big Daleks. It was so cool. And I asked the person, I was like, how'd you make these Daleks? And he's like, I don't remember like what he said, but those Daleks were pretty cool.
I tried to make one when I was a kid out of egg cartons.
Oh, wow.
I painted all over, but they're the wrong shape, right? They're not domes like they're on a. But that's the closest I could get to a dialect when I was a kid trying to make. But I'm so happy because as a grown up,
You got the TARDIS!
yeah, I do have a dialect. I have the TARDIS
And you got a
too.
Dalek!
I got a dialect. I'm like so happy I finally got one. And
The TARDIS!
yes, and is it? You see,
Oh, it glows! That's so cool!
I know, right?
That is so cool. I actually have two sonic screwdrivers myself. I have Jodie Whittaker's and Christopher Eccleston's and David Tennant's, but it's in my room though. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's
This
in my
one is
room.
also.
That is absolutely awesome. Wow.
And when you can open it and it makes the doors open and stuff.
Uh-huh. Oh my God, that is so awesome. Oh my gosh.
I know. I was like, how can you tell? It's like one of my favorite things that I have. Yeah.
I know, that's so crazy. That's absolutely awesome.
Hey,
Okay.
okay.
What was the what was the
What the?
yeah.
What the? Hang on a second. I think the answer to that question is there we go. I think
Okay.
Okay.
What was the most fun scene or line you got to record as Starscream?
Most fun. I think every time, like I think what I was saying to you in the beginning, I hope I'm not disappointing you, but when I got to go transform,
Yes!
it was just like, yeah, it's just like,
Transform!
yeah, to be able to say that was just, who gets to say that, when especially as
Right.
one of the characters in the show. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely awesome. Favorite Transformers Energon episode?
Yeah. Oh, I think I answered that just a little while ago. I think
That was Armada. That was Armada. This is
Oh,
Energon.
Energon. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to waste any more time on this. I can't even think straight at the moment. I'm sorry. It was like
It's
so long
okay.
ago. I'm just going. I can't like. It was like, man, that's like 15 years ago. Like almost
That was
like
like 2004.
dude, 21 years ago. What?
21.
I know. That was yeah. I mean,
And just last year, Transformers celebrated its 40th. Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm letting you down.
No, it's okay. Favorite make way for naughty episode.
Oh. I don't know why Mr. Plod just came into my head.
It's the name of Plod.
I know because Doug Parker played Mr. Plod.
Yeah, I like the
good.
iconic "Stop in the name of Plod."
It's so good. I know. I'm trying to remember. There was an episode that I've only got bits and pieces in my head, and I'm trying to remember what was it about. 'Cause, It had to do with his car, and I'm trying to remember what that episode was. The car didn't work. The car was feeling sad.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh man, wasn't it that one when Noddy was a taxi cab driver and I think it was the one when Noddy was a taxi cab driver and then the two goblin guys. Oh,
Yes, yes,
yes!
yes.
That one
That
was a
episode.
good one.
That was such a great episode.
That
Yes,
was a good one.
yes,
Mine
yes,
was Skittle in the middle. I loved Skittle in the middle. That was the
yes,
one when Zippy was like, I
yes.
don't want to fall down, and then he wouldn't fall and until one of the lines and all the Skittles fell, and then until he didn't fall, and they all were like, Zippy didn't fall. That was
Exactly.
my favorite.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's the
Yeah.
episode that stuck with me. Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's very cool. That's your favorite too. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
What do you like to do during your spare time?
Let me see. I love going for drives.
Ooh, nice.
It's one of my favorite things to do. I love that. I play. I'm not. I won't say I'm a great guitarist, but I love picking up my guitar and playing guitar.
Oh, I'm learning how to play ukulele right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
one of my teachers at school is teaching me how to do it right now.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a great instrument to like start to learn to play. Like you'll go from that to a guitar.
Yeah.
Probably get more like I remember my youngest brother Brian. He got a
And
ukulele.
Dobson, who's also awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. And he chose the ukulele in band when he was at school, and I was playing guitar, and
Oh.
and I showed him some things on the ukulele,
Mhm.
and now he plays like guitar way better than I do. So how fair is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
He just totally ran with it. Anyway, yeah, okay. Over to you, Giovanna. Go ahead.
All right. If you had one message to fans of Armada as Starscream, what would it be?
What message to fans?
Yes, as Starscream from
Oh,
Armada.
as Starscream?
Yes.
Um, Listen to your own voice and trust your instincts.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Starscream.
You're welcome, Giovanna.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Well, Michael, I do have some drawings and some coloring pages I made for you.
No way. Are you serious?
I'm serious. I made them.
What?
I know. And like I showed you earlier, like I said, I have Starscream right here. Of course, my buddy.
Yes, buddy.
My buddy Starscream. And like I showed you earlier, I also have this Pythor.
Got Pythor. We got our twin Pythors.
Twin Pythors all the way.
Hello. How
Hi,
are you?
hi.
You're looking well.
Oh, thank you.
Ha 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 ha.
I got this at a Lego store in Pen Grove, California.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
Do you
I
live
did
in
not get this.
California?
Huh?
You live in California?
I am. I'm from Northern California.
Oh, right on, man. Whereabouts?
Right nearby San Francisco.
Oh, beautiful.
I love San Francisco. But yeah,
Yeah,
but I got this in Pen Grove, California though, but I did not get this when this Pythor came out because I didn't know Ninjago back then.
How about that? Yes.
How about that? All
Now
right.
you do.
So I have this drawing of Lloyd and Pythor.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Wow, nicely done.
Thank you. I'm not a good artist or a good drawer though.
Yeah,
So
you know, you did a great job. Those look
thank
good.
you.
I mean, you know who those people are. It looks good.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks. So I've been trying to work on autographs. So I got the Armada Decepticons.
Oh, wow. Nice job.
Thank you. And I have this one for Energon.
Oh, that's wicked.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Then I have Cybertron.
Wow, those are all amazing.
Thank you.
Nice work. I loved you. I love the way you drew the names. The
Yeah.
style of writing it here. That's really cool. Yeah.
Awesome. And then I have Leonardo.
What?
Yeah. It's from coloringsquared.com. So it's like squared.
No, that's cool.
Thank you.
That's crazy. You can do that with squares. Love it. It's like a mosaic. Oh, it's that. Oh,
And I got big ears.
good golly, it's me. It's big ears. Oh.
And then I did these three funny drawings of these three coloring pages of Starscream. So just be prepared to laugh and be prepared for Starscream to laugh. I have this one.
Oh, that's amazing, actually. I love that one.
I think I was gonna say like I thought Starscream was gonna say because I was thinking all day like, oh, I bet he's gonna be like, I bet Megatron made me do it.
That's awesome.
I know that iconic.
Megatron made me do it.
Yeah, that iconic one.
That's awesome.
And then I have this one.
No, that's cool. Look, I love space travel and to draw. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. And then I have one, and then I have this one.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
And then I have the Decepticon.
What? How long did it take you to do that? That's really cool.
It took me like maybe like a couple of hours, maybe. Well, I did most of these in July before our interview, but then when you emailed me about the news, then I just stopped doing it. And I was like, well, I'll wait till like when I get an email back from you about doing the rest of it. So I waited, and then when we were gonna do it in August, I got back, sit down on my desk in my room, and I did them.
Thanks, Giovanna. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I have this one.
Oh, wow.
It's formed.
These are just so amazing.
Thank you.
A lot of time and effort, into those, putting those together.
Yeah.
It's really intricate.
I have this one.
There, good gracious. Michael, look at me there.
Yeah. Well, everyone, that concludes today's interview with Michael Dobson, the voice of Starscream and Pythor.
You're an amazing artist.
Thank you. Michael, where can they follow you on social media on?
Well, I have my own website at michaelricharddobson.com. And then I'm also at Michael Dobson Official on Instagram.
Cool. Before we do go, I know you have a convention coming up that you're going to be at. So could you explain a little bit about the place that you're going to be heading to for that?
Yes, oh, good gracious. Hang on just a moment. I'm just trying because I want to get it right because I think it's 5. Oh, come on. I'm not even going to. Because I'm really excited because I'm going to be in Texas.
Yeah, Texas. I've never been to Texas, actually. Never been.
I've only been to Dallas. And,
nice.
Yeah, and those were for Transformer conventions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm going to be at the 956 Sports Cards Convention, and it's going to be at, hang on, at the at the Burt Ogden Arena on Sunday, September 14th. So it's coming up.
Yep.
Pretty quick. In a couple of weeks, I'll be there, and I'm going to be there from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Awesome.
Yeah, in Texas. So
if you guys are in Texas and you guys want to go meet Michael, go meet him. Bring whatever you got.
Thanks. I really
bring whatever you got.
Thanks for that. Thanks, Giovanna. I appreciate that.
I know about it because I saw it on your Instagram.
I'm excited to meet everybody down there.
Yeah, you can bring whatever you want. Bring a stuffed animal. Bring Cocoa Pops. Bring whatever.
Bring one. Bring all. It's all welcome there.
Bring a phone case. Bring flowers.
Bring yourself, because more importantly, I want to meet you.
Bring a shirt.
I want to meet you guys.
I can go on and on and on about this. Well, everyone, this concludes today's interview. Michael, thank you so much for joining me today.
Giovanna, you made this so much fun. Thank you for having me on your show. You're amazing.
I think you really made me laugh today.
Oh, I'm glad. You made me laugh too. So, yeah.
Yep. Well, everyone, this concludes today's video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post. And me and Starscream, we're going to transform and roll out.
All hail the Decepticons.
And make sure you give love to Starscream.
Thank you so much. I'll give him a big hug. Yes, he's right up here. So, make sure that.
There he is. And there's Starscream. Hang on, let me get my Starscream out. There we
go.
There you go.
You can meet one another. Hello there, good friend.
Hello, friend. And me.
All hail Starscream.
All hail Starscream. And me and Michael Dobson, we are going to go now. But thank you guys, everyone. And have a great day, everyone. Bye. See you guys next time.
Thanks, Giovanna. I appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks for watching this video from Giovanna's interview. Please make sure you like the video, comment on the video, and make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notifications. Bye, everybody.